I turned airplane blankets into a full-on outfit. I do not know what I'm doing, and this project probably took years off of my life.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Mistake after mistake after mistake, I almost even quit the whole project altogether. I just kind of blindly jumped in without considering all the things. Spoiler, I did finish it, but first, let's go back to the beginning. Why? Why in the world am I even doing this? So I found a big pile of these old Delta blankets at a thrift store. Also, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to take these. Okay, yeah. So let's not encourage stealing, but rather than these end up in a landfill, I wanted to give them a new life. So what sparked this idea? I recently just went on a trip to Bali and Australia with my friend. Aw, cute little Brie taking a nap. And trying to get some sleep on these horribly long flights is what gave me the idea for this outfit. Something that both looked cool and slept comfortably. And unfortunately, I think I only pulled off one of those goals. And stay tuned to see what I mean. Welcome to those of you who are new, my name is Drew. I make videos on photography, videography, and all things creative. This whole video and project were both so much work, so let's make a deal. If you found this video entertaining or learned something new, please like this video and consider subscribing for more content. Your encouragement and support really mean a lot to me, so thanks for sticking around. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack, and let's go back to my first steps toward making this project come to life. It first starts off with drawing out my main concept. What am I making and what kind of style do I want it to be? Next is arguably the hardest and most complicated part, which makes me feel like a rocket scientist that I was able to pull this off, drafting the pattern. I am an amateur sewist? Sewer? No, that can't be right. Sewist? It's sewist. And I kind of just dip my toes into everything, which is super fun. But my lack of experience really shows up in this project. Truly, there is so much witchcraft that goes into making clothes. I don't know how people do this. Now, first step before any sewing project is to wash the fabric so that you're creating the outfit from pre-shrunk pieces. And now it's time to actually cut out the pieces. But then I already ran into a big issue. And if we slow down the time lapse, you can actually see the exact moment my soul leaves my body. So I need it to be absolutely clear that I don't know what I'm doing, and I noticed a few things that might be a huge problem. This is not stretchy at all. And usually with clothes, you want a bit of stretch so that it can mold to the body. But this does not have any give at all. I'm genuinely reconsidering if I should even go through the hassle of doing this project. I just kind of blindly jumped in without considering all the things, but it's late and I think I should sleep on it and see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I don't know why it didn't click for me that this fabric is what's gonna make or break this project. I don't know what to do. This fabric does not stretch at all, and why that's important for clothes is that's kind of how we get comfort out of the fabric. This fabric is kind of scratchy, if I'm being real. It's very clingy, like it sticks to itself a little too easily, so it's not a very drapey fabric. And because it's so stiff and rigid, it makes for a very uncomfortable wear. So all in all, I'm still kind of nervous about completing this project, especially with pants, because we have to consider that range of motion is going to include walking, sitting. So I think what I have to do, I'm going to try and make some oversized cargo pants. The original thing I wanted to do was go with sweatpants, but sweatpants require a lot of stretch. That's what makes them very comfortable. I think I have to lean into the rigidity of the fabric. And so I think the cargo pants style might be a better fit, and it might also look cooler. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, enough yapping. Woo! So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm nervous this is gonna look bad. I also don't think I have enough fabric. There's just trillions of problems. And I'm wondering if this is even gonna be cool anymore. I don't think I have enough fabric, but we're gonna push on anyway and just see how far we get. it won't fit if I flip it the other way, so hot dog style. I can fit them both.
No, I'm doing.
I'm just gonna go for it, even if it sucks. It doesn't matter if it's good. It just matters I'm making something. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't fit the rest of the t-shirt on here, so I think I'm gonna have to kind of Frankenstein some of the smaller chunks with this, just to try to salvage this area. No? Well, this will definitely fit. The sleeve. Okay, having this is gonna make a huge difference. I can place the cutting mat underneath the fabric. Then I can use my rotary cutter, cut it like this. I get a much cleaner cut rather than using these guys, because that looked really bad. I was just too lazy to get this, but we're doing it right this time. Okay, well, much cleaner cut. So I just realized something. I'm cutting out the cuffs right now, and the pattern is adjusting for the cuffs to be able to stretch. This fabric does not move at all, so I think I actually need to make these a little bit bigger to account for that. Yeah. Please work. They don't fit at all. Yay. Ah! Well, this isn't the ugliest thing I've seen. You can kind of see it coming together. We got the sleeves, main body. We got the pocket right here, the little kangaroo hoodie pocket. The hood, obviously. I think, well, hopefully, obviously. Alright, let's start sewing this thing together. And I want to match the color of the thread as best I can. At first I was going to use this blue, but the original blanket actually has this dark shade of red, which I think would be a nice little homage to the original. So we're sticking to this. Rather than focus on this giant pile of clothes I was supposed to fix, I'm gonna do this instead. Now I'm about to attach the pocket to the hoodie, but I had a cool idea. I thought it would be cool to include one of those tags, and here I am tearing one out from one of the blankets. Here I'm doing what's called a bar tack stitch, which is really just used to reinforce high stress points on clothes, like pockets. And now that I've brought attention to it, you'll probably be noticing these everywhere. I am so proud of how this hoodie turned out, and I even thought about just ending the project here. Through sheer willpower alone, I steamrolled through the hoodie, and it's fine. You know, like, despite the mistakes I've made, I think it's pretty cool. But in order for this concept to really shine, it needed to be the full set. I knew that I had to push through, especially because pants are so much harder. So, while only technically halfway through, it's time to keep going. And giving it a quick try on, not too bad. Just gotta add the waistband. And to really give it that professional look, I'm using this shrink wrap to cover up the drawstring. It really makes a nice finishing touch. And now, after 35 hours of my amateur labor, not knowing what I'm doing, trying anyway, making mistakes, redoing those mistakes, fixing said mistakes, and now, after all that work, here is the final result. And after all that hard work, almost quitting multiple times, but finally being able to see this thing in its finished state, was I able to pull it off? Did I make something that I was proud of? Something that I'd actually wear? I don't know. You tell me.